should realize from these science fiction movies is, I think what we are trying to say is that make a small change in the present.
Correct.
And change your future for the better.
Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel, The Mutual Fund Guys, where we speak only on mutual funds. I am Samir, and with me is Mahesh. Both Mahesh and I are partners at AMS Investments, which is a mutual fund distributor. We help clients invest their money in mutual funds. So today is a tribute to those movies which were great entertainment value, but they also had a lot of investment value and investment advice, which we are trying to show to you.
Yeah, so, like you rightly said, Back to the Future, for one, or the Terminator series, especially the ones which were directed by James Cameron, right? I mean, Back to the Future, Steven Spielberg, unbelievable, right? I mean, you look at Michael J. Fox and you see the story. It was fun in those days. I mean, I can't imagine a better movie to see the Back to the Future series.
Even today, with all the gadgets that we have, Back to the Future, especially part 2 and part 4, I think. Oh my God. I mean, I still want to watch them if they come on TV.
Correct. So I remember being mind blown with the concept itself. I mean, you can go back to the future, change something there, for example. Or in the Terminator series, James Cameron made Terminator 1 and 2, but the 2 part is actually something that we still remember, right? I mean, and how can't you? Because you have Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. You see him coming in, walking into a pub naked, then stealing the leather jackets of a biker there. I mean, measuring the biker for the right size and shape, taking away his jackets, and then the Harley Davidson and that shotgun. I mean, that's an iconic scene, right? I mean, if you think about it, that stays with you even now. The whole starting of the movie, when you actually see him fight against the cyborg, the Terminator, who is better than him. And that which is actually liquid metal, or the concept that it is liquid metal and therefore can reshape itself the way the way the cyborg wants. It's completely different, and you still remember all the dialogues, you still remember the action sequences, because even now, almost 25 years later, those action sequences are still looking like technically okay, right? It's not as if those action sequences look now old compared to what we see today. It's actually as good. But I want to talk about one part of Terminator which is very important for us, and that is that the basic premise about Terminator is that the machines have become self-aware, and then they take over the humans and they destroy humans almost. And so in the future, the machines have taken over, right? And there is only one person called John Connor who leads a human resistance against the machines. And in the future, it has reached a stage where John Connor and the resistance men are almost winning the war against the machines.
Human beings are winning the war against the machines.
They're winning the war against the machines. And in those days, it was like, there's no social media to tell you what exactly is happening. So you see the movie and you get it, and then you say, oh, wow, I get this, right? What the machines are trying to do. I get what John Connor is trying to do by sending the Terminator to the past. And the basic premise is very simple. The basic premise is that you can go back to the past and change a very small thing. And then your present is very different. And obviously improved.
Any small changes that you make in the past or in the present can have far-reaching consequences for your future. So in fact, change the trajectory of the future.
The audience actually buys into this premise that something can be gone back to the past. Somebody can go back to the past and make a small change, and your future can be entirely different and obviously better. That's the basic premise. And we as an audience completely buy it. We accept it, right? Totally. And that is the fun of the movie. If you don't accept it, then you will say, ye kya hai? Ye to hoga hi nahi, aise kaise kar sakte ho, and all that. You buy that premise, and then the movie is great. But what we as an audience should realize from these science fiction movies is, I think what we are trying to say is that make a small change in the present. And change your future for the better in a vastly different manner, right? Make it completely better. So you buy the premise that a machine can go back to the past, or Michael J. Fox can go back to the past and make a very small change, and everything changes in the future for the better. So why not do this on the other way around, that make a small change in your present yourself. Don't wait for somebody from the future to come back to the past and make the change. Do it yourself so that your future changes for the better vastly. Right? Don't wait for your own future self to come back and have this whole science fiction thing. Change it yourself currently.
And what we mean by change in the term in respect to investment is that when you begin your SIPs, let's say in the present, say you start today, within 1 year, it's become the past. So every year that you invest, it becomes 1 year into the past, right? So you're saying you are investing in the past, you've invested in the past now, you're continuing to invest, and that becomes the past. And then you essentially trying to secure a better future. That is what we're trying to say. You don't want your future 80 or 5-year-old Samir or Mahesh coming and saying, hey man, why the hell did you just not save some money while you were, you're becoming old, right? Why didn't you do that? You don't want, I mean, who knows? Maybe after 80 years, you might have
a time machine to do that. But you can't rely on that, right? That thing happening.
Even if you start at the present, that present eventually becomes the past quite quickly. And you are trying to, just make sure that you are securing yourself for the future.
They're trying to say institute a small change today, which you continue regularly and which changes your futures completely. Right? And SIP is one such thing. Right? Do a small SIP, whatever you can do, right? And then you will see that 20, 30 years from now, your future is widely different compared to what it would be if you didn't do it.
And I want to one more stress on Mahesh. We've discussed this in previous episodes a lot, that stick to that path of doing it. I mean, let's not, I mean, when you want, everyone knows that if you do SIPs and if you invest, you will secure a better future. But don't tinker with it on a yearly basis or a bi-yearly basis. Don't keep saying, okay, I'll stop now, I'll start again, I'll do this again, I'll do that again. Don't change that process. The cyborgs didn't come back and say, okay, we will now not kill this person, we'll kill somebody else. That might stop it. No, they had a clear path. We do one thing, it will help us secure our future in the world, which is the machine's future. But he didn't tinker with the fact that, okay, I'll paralyze him, or I'll sedate him, or I'll do some kind of stuff, right? It was clear cut, and he stuck to that plan. I mean, he was fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger to make sure that he gets, of course, he's a robot. It doesn't have human emotions, but at the same time, we have to also be in some sense robotic in that, in order to secure a future. We have to stick to a path and make sure that we don't deviate from that path for eons. Till we need that money or whatever, right? So, like you said, keep a small amount of investments in SIPs, stick to that path for long periods of time, and you will definitely alter your future. Definitely. For the better.
Completely. I mean, this example holds true for everything. We are talking about SIPs, but you could look at it as your physical health, your mental health. Make small changes today. Eat moderately, work out regularly. Your physical health will be vastly different, right? Vastly different.
I mean, we will do an episode on this soon. A book that I read, and it talks about how you just need to increase your grip strength by 10-15% every year, so that you eliminate the possibility of you falling in a bathroom when you're at the age of 80. Because that is the reason why most people actually fall in the bathroom, because they have weak grip strength. And because of that, they fall, and then that causes complications in the future. So if you start doing small exercises a day by catching a bottle ulta and then holding it for some time, it increases the grip strength. And that itself is so small, a change that you make in your life on a daily basis, that when you become 80, 85, and you want to walk down a flight of stairs, you don't slip and you don't fall down, right? Simple stuff like that. So we will have a whole episode on this, on the small incremental changes that you make to your health to have long-term benefits. Same thing with SIPs. You do something small now, definitely there will be a long-term impact on your health, wealth, mental health, everything, right? So this is our last and final episode on why SIPs are important. And we've given you enough examples from mythology to science fiction to real life stories of Dashrath Manji, that it's enough of it's comprehensive enough for you to,
for you to
start to believe in this quite well. So thank you for watching. And if you want to start your SIP journey with us, please write to us at hello@amsinvestments.net. We'll be more than happy to set up the SIPs for you through our partner channels. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you so much.